Here's your Neighborhood Council moment, a chance to find out about events, activities, and what's happening in your area.
I'm Elton Gatewood. Welcome to our West End Neighborhood Council moment. With me is Jenny Eberhardt and Ken Kingsbury. We are all members of the West End Neighborhood Council. Thank you for being with me today, Ken and Jenny. I'm going to try to cover a few topics today. For an example, your outreach and your recruitment of new members. You've been doing a very outstanding job on doing it. So tell me about that.
Well, this year we finished our West End brochure. We have a new brochure that has a lot of information on it for anybody who would like to pick them up. They're in various stores and restaurants in the West End area, and it talks about when our meetings are, which is the third Wednesday of every month, except August and December. We meet at Fire Station 16 at 7 p.m. Everybody who lives, works, and plays in the Neighborhood Council area is welcome to our meeting. We try to discuss and support our neighbors. We make recommendations, we sponsor, and most importantly, we listen to the problems, concerns, and what people want in our West End neighborhood.
I think those are key elements in terms of trying to recruit people that you just mentioned, that you listen to people and you seek their participation in any way possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody coming to the meeting, if we're voting on something, it's not just the board members who vote, it's everybody who's at the meeting.
And I think we've had a pretty good turnout over the last several months.
We indeed have quite an increase, almost doubled our participation in the last few months.
And there are no pressing issues that, people come or gravitate when there are issues, but you guys are planning is not issue oriented. Is that correct?
Well, sometimes there's issue orientated. Each meeting we have an opportunity for people to bring their concerns, but the last couple of meetings have just been informational, particularly the last one, which was on the freeway system and what is going on, how long it's going to last, where the changes are going to be. It was very interesting.
Great.
Yes.
Ken, I want to ask you a few questions. I know over the last couple of months you've been going through the innovative grant process, and people have submitted applications for your consideration. So kind of give me an update on that.
Well, our innovative grants, like last year, we had a roundabout that was put in. We had safety enhancements around Geiger School and a mural down in Point Defiance, Ruston area.
Okay.
This year, we've had applications in for kind of a class like for kids to at the farmers market down in the Ruston, Tacoma, Point Defiance area, for where they get coins to buy things at the farmers market, and they can save them up and use them at the end of the season or buy things, but it's kind of learn how economics work and to teach them about how to spend money wisely.
I think those are excellent projects that you're funding, but I noticed something that you guys seem to do a lot of collaboration and cooperation with others. You had mentioned last year with the school, this year with the business district in the Ruston area. So I think that's and it's a learning process for the younger kids at the farmers market.
Correct.
So
yes.
I think you're doing an outstanding selection process and trying to be inclusive and collaborative in all of your efforts. Yeah, so that is really super. Now I know, Jenny, there's a lot of work being done at Point Defiance Park.
Oh, indeed there is. Metro Parks is developing along with Point Ruston, and right now they're working very much on a bridge. It is going to be called, or it is called, Wilson Way.
Okay.
And that bridge will connect the Ruston, Point Defiance area into Point Defiance. So you'll be able to walk all the way along the Ruston waterfront, and you'll be able to come up and go into Point Defiance. And it is, as you can see on the TV now, it is about, I don't know, maybe a third of the way built. And so that is going to be an absolutely wonderful addition to being able to get people around, allow them to walk, ride, push their strollers, whatever they want to do.
Right. I saw a photograph of that in the newspaper several months ago, And it looked like it's going to be a great addition to that area with
Yes.
Point Ruston development.
And Point Ruston, Metro Parks, the city of Tacoma, everybody's collaborating and working together on it. So that makes it a wonderful way to do things so that it's not just one group doing it, it's everybody.
And another point I wanted to make is that collaboration and information sharing with the Metropolitan Park District at a meeting a couple of months ago, I know they made a presentation on the Point Defiance development.
Yes.
And not only is Point Defiance being developed, Titlow is being looked at in terms of updating their master plan. So Ken, can you tell me a little bit about what's involved in this master plan?
Well, the updates from the master plan, they're basically going off the plan from the 1900s with updates. Down at
I would think it needs updates from 1900, but anyway, I'm sorry.
A little bit.
But down at Titlow with the lagoon, the water runs through culvert into the sound, and then when the sound comes back in, it fills up, as you can see on the screen. And they want to replace that with a new culvert going through there to make it much easier for water flow back and forth, and for salmon. That's South Puget Sound enhancement.
Oh, okay.
In collaboration of cleaning up the beach and just making a better water flow for salmon run and going into the creek there.
Now, are there any additional amenities being looked at as part of that master plan? I mean, you got
there's enhancements in the park. You'll be seeing fencing and that going up in areas that they're working. Hidden beach, they've removed the house that used to be out there, and just cleaning things up and making it a better park.
Now on Titlow, it used to be, what is that, the Tacoma Boats? Not
Tacoma Outboard Association.
Is that being impacted by the master plan?
Actually, it is closed now, and I'm not familiar with what they're going to do down there, but I believe that that is part of the master plan. They'll make a decision as to what's going to happen down there, but they have to be careful because of the inability to access it rapidly, and so they want to take and make sure that people aren't in danger being down there. Yeah.
Well, I think you guys have kind of covered the gamut in terms of things that, recruitment efforts, innovative grants. So I'm going to ask you kind of, not really the final question, but what do you have plans, events for the West End, I guess, in the next several months? Can you share that information with us?
Well, I think our biggest program or process right now is we're considering trying to get help in putting a survey on the website. And that survey will ask people, what do they want to see? Are there things that they think the West End should be doing? And what are their opinions as to how we've done things in the past? What do we need to do in the future? We also have a cleanup coming on August 5th, and that will be in the parking area, the park and ride right by the West End office. And that will be from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. And it is a West End Neighborhood Council wide cleanup event where you can bring things in and dump them for free.
Yeah, you've done this for several years.
We
outstanding turnout.
We have, and we do have a good turnout, yes. Yeah.
Well, we're kind of getting close to that closing time. Is there anything good for the order that you want to mention before we close?
I think we've hit most everything. I think the biggest thing is the fact that we've gotten a lot of new members, and that is always good when you can add new people to the roster. And it's nice to know that they're not coming for just a disaster, but they're coming because they hear of the things that we're doing. So that's always nice.
Okay, I want to thank you, Jenny and Ken, and I want to thank you for joining us today on Neighborhood Moments.
For more information on what's going on in your neighborhood, log on to the city's website, cityoftacoma.org/neighborhood councils.